Anybody out there watching? Please go ahead and make a comment. That way I can make sure we're all good. Great, someone's here. How's that look to you guys? Spiz. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh shit, I was gonna do something. All right, so since I finally have somebody here, just want to talk to you guys real quick. Let me see if I can point this camera at myself. Let's see what we got here. Ugh, cheers. A backbreaker. All right, so if you're just tuning in, this giveaway that I'm doing now has a bunch of spammers kind of using Twitter to kind of like increase their amount of entries. So what I want to do for the people that actually pay attention to the videos and watch the channel, I'm going to have a one-time special question where you get 100 entries. That's more than any spammer can get from Twitter. 100 entries. If you get all 3 keywords that I'm going to use throughout this live stream, you answer in the Gleam competition. You just click in the description below, and I'll drop little keywords throughout the live stream, and you can watch it on replay. That way I know people that are actually paying attention to the channel will have the most chances of winning. I can't remove the spammers because they're technically allowed to do whatever they're doing to just keep entering, but I can make sure that you, my viewers, actually have a chance to win the most amount of entries. And the first keyword is rep rap. R-E-P R-A-P. Rep rap. That is the first keyword. Keep a note of that, and then we will be able to drop the next 2 in about a few minutes, whatever. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm going to use OBZ. I'm on OBS now because I tried to do everything I needed through Wirecast for $10. Okay, I had to mute that. So OBS seems to be a lot more powerful. I use Nerdgasms from Barnacles, his little tutorial on how to set that up. So it's a lot better now. Let's see what we got here. Popped out chat. I'm going to go straight to OBS. Okay, so I'm trying to experiment with OBS and setting up different scenes and all that stuff. And I haven't put a video out yet about my new printer. You guys can see it in the corner here. Should be right there. I need a monitor on this side, right there. So I got a new printer. I have a video I'm editing about it. Let me see if I can create a scene so I can show you guys real quick. It's going to go ahead and add a scene. There it is. You gotta add a scene every time. Where'd you go, live cam? Oh my god, my live cam keeps crashing. Yeah, I already fixed it. 16 by 80. Appreciate it. I switched scenes and it actually had to add a new audio device. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this, delete this. Anybody out there actually live stream that's actually done it successfully? It looks so simple when you watch somebody else do it. Let me video capture. Great new. It's just gone. What is going on here? I'm trying to run a USB cable extension to a USB plus. Who would have thought in 2018 we'd be dealing with USB issues? I thought everything would be Bluetooth by now. It's still not oh, what the hell? Nothing. Not a damn thing is working. How many USBs can I plug into one fucking machine? Oh, now you recognize it. Okay, if you're new here, you need and you're interested in winning that 3D printer, a few minutes ago I went back and I actually mentioned the 3 code words to enter the contest. It'll get you 100 entries today. So go back, listen for that first keyword, and I will go ahead and give you the next 2 keywords here soon. Video capture. Finally. Oh my god. How fucking complicated can that be? Oh, what in the heck? Why is this such a piece of crap? Let's see. That's working. Hey, thanks 16 by 80 for the ANET compliment. It's trying to work. How many people do I even have? 5 people actually watching me fuck this up. That's kind of cool. Alright, I'm going to close all this extra crap. Oh, hope you guys didn't see that. And we are fucked. I'm going to delete this. Well, shit. I might as well use this one since this one that keeps working. Hey, there we go. We'll just use this for now until I figure out what the hell's going on. Alright, so if you're new here and you don't know yet, there was a keyword from before. I'm giving away that 3D printer and I want my viewers to actually get it. So go back for a new webcam. Go back and Go back to near the beginning of the live stream and look at or listen for the keywords. Let me see if I can fuck with this some more. Okay. How we doing out there? What Fraggle? What's going on? What Fraggle? I know you were asking about the printer. There is a contest, and I gave the first keyword. If you get all 3 keywords throughout the live stream, you will get 100 points towards your entries. So I want to make sure everybody goes back and gets it. It was right when Spitz first got in here. Spitz first got in. When he first got in here, that's when you should go back and listen for that. Huh. Okay, so the whole point of this broadcast was so that I can introduce you to my new 3D printer and work on it a little bit while getting some watch time. So let's move this around this way. What's going on here? Can I get some focus, bro? And in the comments, please do not put the keywords in the comments, because I don't want spammers to just go ahead and scrub through the video and find the 3 keywords. I want the people that are actually interested in winning it. You can kind of fast forward and stuff. I'll wave my hands or something so you guys will get the idea. Camera control, let's zoom the heck out. Where you at? Focus. Come on, man. There we go. Damn. Oh, it's focusing on the wrong part. So I got the ANET A8. I got it at a yard sale pretty much. It was a guy online, and he sold it to me for a steal. And this is exactly, I didn't change anything yet. This is the first print off of it. It's a Benchy. Obviously, everyone prints the Benchy. But I'm going to show you how some common mistakes can actually make your prints look bad. And it's like a guitar. Anybody out there play any instruments knows what I'm talking about. When you have a guitar or any musical instrument, and you suck at playing it, you're like, this is pointless. I hate this thing. It doesn't work. I'm going to give it away or get rid of it. Then somebody else picks it up and plays beautiful music out of it, and you're like, well, goddamn, this is my problem, is that I don't know how to do this, and I need to learn. So, oh, Ron Floyd's here. Hey, Ron, go back and listen to the first part. There is a code word I'm doing for the giveaway, and I want you to make sure you get all the code words before you leave. See if I can add it. One chance. I'm gonna give this one more shot. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, we're doing one camera, gents. Just one camera, one mic. We good? Okay. Alright, I'm going to have to pause this real quick. I'm going to remove this. I'm learning OBS, so please bear with me. I appreciate you guys out there that are the first ones to help me learn all this stuff. There we go. Okay. I'm going to turn the mic off for this. Okay, so I'm screwing around with OBS. What you're seeing me do here is for free off of OBS, versus I bought Wirecast from the last one, and the damn thing just didn't work. I couldn't even do like 2 different camera feeds on 2 different screens. So this is the Benchy. It looks like crap. I have a video coming out for it, and you should be able to see the difference. I'm going to print this exact same file, and the only thing I'm going to do is change a few settings on the print or hardware problems. So let's bust out our little toolboxes. Let's see. This is my toolbox. It's my IKEA toolbox. Got all the most of the parts I need to actually make some changes. But what I really need right now is a 2 mil. So I take these Z couplers off. Z couplers are the first thing I'm going to try to fix. So let me get into the TronXY kits. Hopefully this one is the one that I need. So one thing you're going to notice, and I learned this recently, is that your couplers should not touch, your shaft should not touch the Z screw. So you want to make sure this shaft coupling is got some space in there. And I watched a really great video recently of somebody explaining this and doing the whole demonstration. And while it would look cool to see me drop this whole fucking set, let me zoom, let me crank this thing up a little bit. So if you're having Z wobble problems, you don't need to restrain your Z rods, your Z lead screws. They can wobble all they want. These rods are meant to keep it straight. Your whole frame is meant to keep that part straight. Your rods can wobble all over as long as you don't want them to, but if they need to, fine, whatever. You just don't want to restrain them so tightly that they're actually going to put more strain on the machine, on the frame. So I'm going to lower these down, boom, just like that. You guys out there listening? I'm going to do the next code word in about 2 minutes because I just want everybody else to listen. So let me see. Oh, I'm going to use my little power drill so I can get through this as fast as possible. If you don't have one of these, get like a little home drill. It's great for 3D printers. I mean, I can use the old method of just using, hand tools, but when you got to get something done, you got to get it done, and you don't want to sit there screwing around with little hand tools. Couldn't tell you how many thousands of times I've dropped a Allen key because I'm trying to twist it around a certain angle. So I've rested the X arm across this right here so it doesn't fall down. I'm going to remove this. Let's go ahead and move you guys up. I'm going to hit that reverse button. Oh, these are held on with nuts. Oh my god, what the heck. It's so weird. Used to seeing set screws. Where is... That's actually in this fucking box. Okay. Try to retain all your bolts and hardware. We're gonna fix this bad boy up. I don't think this live stream will last more than 30 minutes. I'm just gonna fix the X rods or the Z rods, and then I'm going to print another benchy. You know what? I'm gonna actually do that more than that. I'm gonna just tighten up the belt too. One of these belts is super loose. Yeah, I know I can, but I want to make sure I start from scratch. I don't make any mistakes with the X screws or Z lead screws. Oh, Jesus. While I'm doing this, tell me in the comments, talk amongst yourselves what you guys are doing in your own personal projects. And I hope all of you are entered to win the printer I'm giving away. I do want to give it to somebody that actually participates in the community, not some Twitter spammer that just competes in every single contest. that they can find. So please get out there and go to the link in the description. If by the end of this live cast, I will drop 3 code words that will keep you in the running really well for the 3D printer, because the entire entry will be worth 100 points. And only the people that actually answer the question correctly will get the points. Now, I do warn you is that if you try to enter and you try to drop some fake code words, it will still tell you got the points. But then I'm going to read it, and I'm going to invalidate that entry. So you will not be able to get those points. Hey David Veter, how are you? Let's see, Simmerin Pagwan Nai J. Kanoop Kanadi, I hope are you speaking a different language? Because I'm not sure what you're saying there, buddy. Alright. Okay, so, you know, I got a few people here. Let me check to see how many viewers we got real quick. We got 8 people watching, which is kind of cool. Let me twist this down a little bit. Alright, you 8 people watching. Now that I got 8 here, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the second code word. Second code word today. And this is for everybody paying attention. Listen, okay? Second code word for today. You need to write this down. And then right before I end the stream, at some point I will drop the third code word, which will, and the second code word is maker. M-A-K-E-R. Maker. So if you just got here, you need to watch the read broadcast or use the DVR function on YouTube and go back and listen to the beginning of this so that you can get the first code word. Each code word is going to be worth, or the whole code word system by the end of the broadcast is worth 100 entries to the TronXY X1 contest so that you can win. This last one on the inside, see, this is the TronXY. It has machined metal, so it's just threaded. You don't have to do all this crazy stuff. Let's see if I can finally get this bad boy in there. Feels like working on a jet again. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, I'm going to have to let it down a little bit. They just pop right out. See, you'd think that these things would be machined so that they would screw in to the actual metal and the plastic, but I guess, I mean, that's what happens when you have what Angus calls a inexpensive 3D printer with a large community around it. That's all he had to say about it. It is an inexpensive printer with a large community. Very political answer. Answer like a politician. It is a 3D printer with a large community. Let me see. Can you test it? Anoop Kanai? Yeah, I did. I did test it. And this is the Benchy I printed off. You can see it does have some retraction issues. There's some Z layering. Black doesn't show up very well on camera. So it is okay. It is not the worst print I've ever had, but it's going to get a hell of a lot better. I'm going to use the exact same file to test it every time I make a change to the printer, so each one of you can learn what each repair does. What in the hell? Why did they do this? How are these not set screws? This last little N3 nut just doesn't want to fucking come off. Oh no, I might get demonetized. Psych. Joke's on you, YouTube. I'm not monetized. Because even though I have over, there we go, 1.8 million watch minutes on my whole channel, because I took a break for a few years and decided to be focused on my career, I'm not worthy of the YouTube program, so I'm starting over like a brand new creator, which I'm fine with. So the young kid that bought this and put it together, he wanted to restrain the Z-rods so much that he put some cardboard with tape around them on the top. And this is a lesson we learned a long time ago in RepRap, was that restraining the Z-rods does not actually prevent Z-wobble. What it does is it puts strain on the motors. What does change Z-wobble is having a stiff frame. Let's see. Can you test it back now? I'm gonna lock this in. Am I still live? Okay. Yeah, everyone just go ahead and like it, the video. It's so way it gets recommended to more people. Let's see. Did you say you got that at a yard sale? Was it working or have you fixed it? Yeah, David, I actually bought this off of LetGo, that app that lets you buy stuff, kind of like a local eBay. And I got it for a steal. It's like $200 as a kit. I'm going to switch this side now. Let's see how far we can stretch this bad boy. And I didn't realize it at the time. I might have actually been nicer to the kid, but I thought it was an adult, because no one tells you your age on some of these apps. And you know, I just go through these apps and I try to find some printers or whatever. Facebook has some, but it feels a little bit more professional on Facebook. 1 second. Okay, punk. And I saw this one, and I knew everyone in my community has an ANET A8. I thought it'd be kind of cool. But for $200, which is the full retail price, sorry, homie, I'm not going to buy your 3D printer for full retail price. You don't get off like that. This is capitalism. So I got it for a steal. Where'd that fucking nut go? $130 cash in a shopping center parking lot. His dad showed up. I didn't realize the kid was fucking 17 years old. He did do a good job of assembling it. It is sound. It's structurally sound. It did print, and it printed this benchy right here. And it can be better. The poor kid, he's like, I made some tighteners for the belt, and this is literally, I have not made any changes. This is his belts. This kid has like zero tension on these belts. Although he did make a mod to the wide bed with an idler tensioner, but he's like, wait, they're supposed to be tight? Yeah, man, they're supposed to be tight. You need to tighten these up like guitar strings. And he's like, oh. And that's what made me think that some of us out there, even myself, learning all these mistakes, don't know basically the good practices of basic 3D printer building. Meaning that you need to have a set of rules that you go by every time you build a printer. And it's just, sometimes we get so close to a problem, we forget that what it was like to have those problems when we were building our machines. So, why is this one not coming down now? We'll get to it in a second. So, I'm doing a series on this machine because I want to show everybody that if you think your printer is a piece of junk, but everybody else seems to be getting better prints out of it, or it's working for someone else, you need to fix your stuff. Man, my monitor is just taking a huge dump right now. The screen, it's just, I need a new damn monitor. I just got this monitor like 8 months ago. Ron Floyd, if you use the bearings at the top, like the Z screws are meant for vertical up and down movement only. Do not delegate the responsibility of your Z lead screws to keep your X arms from back and forth. They are solely for the purpose of moving your gantry up and down. So let the Z rods themselves be the thing that keeps them from moving left and right, back and forth. Let this part, honestly, I've seen printers where the coupling goes underneath and it just literally pushes the machine up. That's it. It just pushes it up. It can even move around, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. As long as this is going straight up and down, you're fine. How many prints do I have? Well, prints or printers, I think this is my 11th total I've owned personally. But right now I have 3 operational printers, a few in storage, and some that I've decommissioned they're just gone. I don't need them anymore, and I've moved on to better technology. Good deal. Not to have to wait for shipping, assembly, repair. Yeah, that's why I gave them like basically 60% of the cost of the printer, because the TronXY has acrylic parts with tape, and oh my god, what a fucking nightmare. Anybody out there put together a TronXY or anything with acrylic parts, you would know that. Triggered. Where did it go? Okay. Well, it's magic. It's gone. This is why I hate Allen keys. So, what the hell was I? What was I talking about? Acrylic parts. So I learned recently when I put together the TronXY, your best friend when you're doing an assembly of acrylic parts. Look at that, got it off one shot. Assembly with acrylic parts is you're going to grab a heat gun or a hair dryer, set that bad boy to hot AF, and you're just going to blow dry it and peel it off all in one shot. Heat up that sticker and it will peel right off. A self-portrait? I don't have a self-portrait. I don't need any other pictures of myself on the internet. I'm pretty ugly, so I don't think I need to actually have any other pictures of myself around, much less prints. But my local hackerspace at work, I do work on a base. I'm a Marine, and I have they have a 3D printing or 3D scanning thing. Okay, so now that's free. All right, I freed the lead screws. We are good. The X1 took me a day, less than a day. I think I started in the morning and I was printing by that night because I was also filming the print, the creation of the machine. All right, now I got the lead screws removed, and I'm going to loosen the Z couplers because the young man that built this, that I bought from, he put some cardboard pieces up underneath. Okay. And I need to get those bad boys out. And I will pass on to you the knowledge I learned from somebody else about how to do these couplers right. When I was in RepRap, Z couplings were one of the biggest nightmares of how to assemble your machine. And what we ended up doing was just using, and I'm not kidding here. What we ended up using was, what the hell is it called? Shrink wrap tubing, or just hose coupling. That was like an innovation. Like, holy shit, we don't need to buy $50 couplers. We can just use something that we have laying around the house. And it's a perfect example of, like, keep it simple, stupid. So, but now we have these high-tech Z couplings. How long? Yeah, so it took about a day. Calibrating X1, yes, it is very easy to do, but it has to start. Anything you do with 3D printing has to start with a good mechanical build. You have to do a good mechanical build, and know the basics, and that's what I'm covering on the series that I have coming up about this machine, is how to make a good mechanical build so that you can start off with a good machine. It's like tuning a guitar. If you don't know how to tune a guitar right, you're not going to be able to play good music all the time. So, okay, I'm just trying to get these goddamn pieces of cardboard out. Did he screw them in? What the fuck? Alright, I'm going to have to twist something here. I don't want to have to take the acrylic pieces apart. Oh, fuck. Okay, finally. So this kid, he put these in there to basically act like bearings. You don't want to restrict your Z-rods. They can move around. Look, you can see it moving around. As it does that, and this doesn't move, you're fine. There are other problems with your machine. But there is a specific way, and I learned a video, and I'll link it when I find it again. There's a specific way to mount these things where, and he covers it exactly, how to mount these things correctly. And I will show you right now what I have learned. Piece of acrylic. This is from the TronXY XY handle. It goes on top of the machine. Up here. And there's a handle that goes there that no one uses. What Fraggle? I think it's all about the learning curve that I look forward to. Yeah, the learning curve is definitely fun. Did I forget my... I don't have a measuring item here. Man, I'm supposed to... I don't have any calipers. I don't have any calipers here. I wanted to show you. Okay. Anyways, I'll just measure it up against this. So, most acrylic pieces are going to be 7 millimeters. Coupling shafts are 14 millimeter or 15 millimeters. If he built this right, and it looks like he did, I don't want to have to tear apart the whole damn machine to make this feel right or work right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to line the front of the shaft. There's a shaft here. Can you see that, guys? That's the front of the shaft. That's the flat side. I'm going to line that right there. Put this piece of acrylic up underneath and just let it rest, or not. Keep it flat up against there, just like that. And I'm going to tighten down just the bottom one. Actually, let me move this to this side so that I can get to the side like that. Perfect. All right. Now I'm going to tighten it. Where the fuck you go? Now the guy that I learned this from on a YouTube video recently, I mean not learned it, I mean just basically reiterated basic building facts. There you go, nice little twist. And then he used a marker to measure off like a few millimeters of this. I don't think that's necessary. So you're just going to insert that. You can see that you only need to go in that deep. You only need to grab a little piece of this. Or you can look at the top of your machine and put that in the hole. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right there. When I got this machine, the part was way up underneath. It was below the acrylic. Now it's just sitting at the acrylic right now. Just bring this up so it's flat up against acrylic like that. And I'm sorry for the freaking cameraman work. I'm just trying to freaking make a good live stream. All right, what you don't want to do is have your motor shaft touching directly against the threaded rod. Just drop it in, bring it back a few millimeters so it's physically not touching, and then tighten it down. You can check this with the height of your acrylic if you want to keep it even on each side. Too low, or sorry, too high. You need to go down a little bit more. There you go. We're there. And then rotate it. My screen is still blacking out on me sometimes. I don't know what is going on with this freaking... It's AOC. I think it just blacks out. Sometimes it goes green. Sometimes it statics for like 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Such a drama queen. And what you're looking for, you can see the compression. Can you see that compression? That is what you're looking for right there. It is physically pushing it up. Spin your nut to the top and lock the lead screw height. Yeah, exactly. It's all done. You don't want to over tighten these too much. Now you can see that it has room. It will wiggle. I haven't tightened it in yet, but it will wiggle. And at the top, it is constrained to a certain amount, but it is not tight. You don't want to over tighten. All right, and in case you guys haven't heard yet, if you're new to the chat or the video, I've dropped 2 code keywords so far that will get each one of you 100 entries into the TronXY X1 contest. So the first one was right after the first person came into the comments and said something. I dropped the first code word. And the second code word was right when I started working around this machine. I think I waved my hand in front of the camera. There's one more code word. Use all 3 of those code words in the Gleam IO contest. Link in the description. Go there and answer a question about the live stream. Enter those 3 words, and you're going to get 100 entries today for answering those questions correctly. If you're a spammer, this is meant to get away from the spammers, but I will go through and manually check all the answers and make sure they're correct. If you are wrong or you're trying to spam the system, I will invalidate those entries. The point is because spammers are using Twitter to just tweet and get more and more votes or entries. And I know that they're not really watching my videos. And that's not the kind of persons that I want to bring into my channel. What do you guys think so far? We got the right side done. Now I'm just going to do the same thing to the left side. I don't know if I can... Here, let's just do this. Nah, I'll just put the book on top. Thanks for sticking with me after I'm going crazy on the camera. Ron asked, what is the purpose of the spinning motion? They're actually not spinning, Ron. It's a spring. It's a solid spring cut out of the metal. It's a spring motion, so it's not a spinning motion really. It's just cut out in a way that creates a metal spring. All right, same thing on this side. So the purpose of this video is to slightly upgrade this machine and show you how an amateur, I wouldn't say an amateur, a beginner would build a printer, and the mistakes that are most common, because basically this is an experiment. Can you take a printer that a young man built, probably spent a lot of time on, but ultimately decided it was not worth his time and effort anymore, for whatever reason, and then give it to somebody that understands the building principles a little bit better? I'll never claim to be an expert until I get paid to do this as a career. But can you take a machine that basically someone doesn't want and then change it in a way that actually makes it worth? This is modified bearings. Let's see. This is the spring. My guess would be that when the extruder is doing the X moves, the side and side knock, does the lead screw move? No, the lead screw won't move, because if your frame is strong and it's solid, one piece, and your X ends are holding them tight, it shouldn't move too much. Let's see. But why wouldn't a solid coupling be more accurate? Because, in my opinion, and this, I'm not a CNC expert, I have no engineering background. What I've seen from solid couplings is that they will take every imperfection with the motor shaft, because some motor shafts are slightly warped, and they will actually pass that into the Z screw itself. So let's say it actually will flex in a direction opposite the motor shaft error. Some motor shafts are so skewed that you can't even use this kind of coupling. But a solid motor shaft coupling would actually pass on every single bit of imperfection from the motor itself into the Z screw. So this allows it to flex slightly in a direction, and on the other side it will, like a bendy straw, it will accommodate like adjacent angles. Okay, so that's out. If you want to challenge, do a live stream. Just have 8 people over your shoulder watching you and trying to hold the conversation and stay engaging with a book in front of you with a camera on top of it. This thing is stuck as hell. I don't know why this motor shaft is so stuck. You can see what I'm talking about there. It's a cool spring. Alright, what we got going on? Something is extremely snagged in there. You can see almost all of these are pulled off, but it still won't come off the motor shaft. What in the hell? Here we go. Okay. So if you have any variation in your motor shaft and it's directly connected, but it's slightly off, so let's say it's like this, and it's a direct connection, it's solid, it's gonna wobble so much, and there's only so much your machine structure can do to actually overcome that. So that's why we have flexible couplings to kind of reduce the transmission of error, or margin of error, from the motor shaft to the Z rod. So that's why you want to allow a little gap in between, about that much of a gap in between the two, so that it has the ability to flex. So again, we're going to do the same process as we did on the other side. I'm going to turn that to 45 degrees. Place my 7mm block right here. I'm going to place it. I'm trying not to breathe into the mic too much for you guys. Just that much. Just that much into it. I apologize for not checking the comments. I'm going to go ahead and take a second and look at the comments. All right, thanks, David. Appreciate everybody. I'm going to check to see how many people are watching. I'm using OBS right now, so it's actually very good. I have 5 people watching me for about an hour, and I'll tell you straight up the reason that I'm doing this is, one, I'm trying to grow my channel. I was huge back when I had a Kickstarter and people were checking in on me to make sure that I was spending their money right, and that's how I got my initial 3,000 subscribers. Not even initial 3,000, but more like probably 2,500. I had 1,300 people back me up. Was it 1,300? No. Gosh, I can't remember. It's been so damn long. I don't know how many people. I don't remember how many people exactly backed me up on Kickstarter. But when you have that many people, you try to be accountable to them. So that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to document everything I did so that I could be held accountable for my actions. I know it looks like I'm being an idiot right now, but I'm trying to do this with a camera right below my chin. So, yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to put this block right there. Get this Z rod out the fucking way. And is my cursing going to turn anyone away from my channel? You tell me. I mean, I can go professional. I am a professional. Okay, that's I'm going to have to make sure that we're doing the best we can here. All right. Join me right down here, guys. Nope. I need a GoPro. Okay. Hopefully it's lined up. I'm just going to slightly tighten it a little bit. Then we'll slide it up and down. What the heck, yo? What's going on in here? Some of these set screws are longer than the others. What the heck? Yeah, I'll just flip it upside down. I think that somebody misplaced the wrong set screws. Okay. There we go. This looks good. Try that now. I'm just going to get a little bit tight so I can slide the piece of acrylic under without holding everything together. Okay. It is gripping the shaft. Yeah, it is. Let's see. I'm checking comments, so this is why I take breaks. We worked intense, so motors and shafts had to be essentially perfect. Yeah, so that's the difference between, for Ron's question, for working so much with the motors, hobbyists don't have that issue. We have imperfect motors, imperfect frames, imperfect lead screws, so we're compensating for that lack of precision. Let's see. CNC and CAM, I don't know anything about those, but I'm learning this machine, or a Fusion 360. Somebody learned recently that you can actually get if you're new to 3D printing or a hobbyist, you can actually get a free license for Fusion 360. And let's see, let me make sure we don't have anybody new. If anybody new jumps in, you need to remind them for me, because I'll have my back turned to the monitor, that if they need to go back and listen for the keywords. I've already dropped 2 keywords that will help them earn 100 entries into the 3D printer contest. And I'm doing this as a method to defeat the spammers that have tried to take over the contest by just using Twitter as a way to enter the contest. By just repeating that every day. And some of my most loyal viewers don't even use Twitter, so I tried to make other ways to do it. And believe it or not, these contests, they are not free. I'm on the free plan right now because I can't spend money on a channel I'm not even making any money on YouTube on at all. I'm not monetized. I'm out of the partner program. And it sucks because I feel like I should be better than that, and I want to be better than that. Okay, we're only going to go in a little bit. Okay, that should be good. And I feel like I talked about this before in a video, and I've unlisted that video because I got over it. But it sucks because I've been coasting off of my Kickstarter projects and all the success I had back in the 2012, 2013 time frame. But now in that amount of time, some really great YouTubers have come up and they have changed the game, and I need to step my game up. So these contests are not free. They actually cost like $10 a month to run. So I want to make sure the people that watch my videos actually get the 3D printers and not some scammers. So what I've done as a way, a workaround from the scammers, is I've created a question that you can answer right now. No one has the third keyword yet, but if you go into the Gleam.io contest system, you can actually try to answer it, but you won't be able to because I have all the codes. So once you get all three, and I'll drop the third code right before the end of this video to make sure that only my most loyal viewers, you can watch this video later when it's offline. Please do not drop the word in the comments. I don't want scammers to be able to get these 100 free entries into my TronXY X1 3D printer contest. I want someone that actually watches my channel. Although I did hit 3,000 subscribers in like one day after this. I got like 150 more subscribers in one freaking day, which is exciting, but when you understand that they're not real viewers, they're just people trying to win a printer or anything, because you can look through their Twitter streams. If you look at the people that mentioned me, all they are people that enter contests. And I don't know about you, but that does not sound like the kind of person I want watching my videos or winning a printer from me, because all they're going to do is take it and sell it, or probably do nothing with it. They just like winning free stuff, which is not against the rules. It's not cool either. Oh. Now, anyone building this kind of machine, most printers will have a metal, like the TronXY. This piece will be metal and threaded, so you won't have to put nuts on the backside. Because the problem is I'm tightening this up and it's catching, but some of these other ones, they're going to be loose as hell. Can I tighten this up even more? No, it spins freely. Okay, so it does not actually tighten all the way down. Please make sure all the answers, I'm going to manually go through all the answers and verify that they are correct. So it will automatically give you credit for 100 entries if you answer the question now, but if you put it in wrong, I'm going to invalidate that answer. I would do the watch this video. Like, that's how I got aware of this Gleam project, through Joel. He actually did the IO contest, and it's like, go back and watch this video every day, and it increases watch time. But you have to pay as the contest owner to actually make that contest, which kind of sucks a lot. And it's $10 a month, but hey, here's the catch: you have to pay all up at once for 12 months. So $120 to run a contest, and now you're pretty much locked into a year worth contract because you already paid for a contest that you might not ever run again, for just to add the feature of watch my video. So they lock down certain features. So I do need the growth in YouTube. I need to get back into the YouTube program, partners program, so that I enjoy this and I will keep doing this, but I would like to actually turn my passion into something that generates cash flow for me, so I can do it more. I don't have Patreon, although I probably should start one. I just don't like the idea. I call it, like, I've heard it bashed as e-begging, and I don't want to be an e-beggar. So that leaves me at an impasse. I don't know what to do now. How the hell did he get in there? You know, it's probably a lot easier to put this together when it's disassembled, which I think is a design flaw. You should be able to take off any part at any time and put it back together without tearing off the whole damn machine. Because it looks like this was designed, you're designed to put this in without the threaded screws in at the time, obviously. So you do the X arm by itself, and you come back and you put it on. So I got two on there, and two of the ones that are loose. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I'm taking two of these out. I think I can get by with just two of them tightened. Pretty good. So you know you're doing it right when you have extra parts left over that were there before you started. Jesus. What Fraggle? Why are you waiting a few days to buy? Are you waiting for money to come in, or what's going on? Just wait until I throw my contest and see if you win. That way you don't end up wasting money. You might win 2 printers, or a printer by accident. 16 by 80. You have an ANET A8. It was already assembled. Okay. Just make it available. Yeah, I feel you, man. I do have a link in some of my most recent videos to buy me a coffee. It's a website that basically hosts a PayPal to me. I link my PayPal to it. You link your PayPal to it. I think you can do a credit card transaction. But basically, instead of asking for a monthly subscription or something like that, you end up just throwing $3 to $6 my way for some coffee. That way, you know you support me and that you don't have that reoccurring monthly payment, and there's no pressure on me to provide some type of service every month. You just appreciate what I'm doing and you want to help out. So check that out. I got that information from Joel. He is my nemesis, my competition. I'm coming for you, Joel. He always seems to show up in the comments after one of my videos. I think he's trying to steal my content, to be honest. Just kidding. But that is where we all, like, where, I mean, he's at the level I wish I could be at, you know, the full-time maker. Being able to do what you love, and he's great at it. He's got that educator voice. But we all have our own path, and it's important that we learn how to be ourselves, do our thing. So I started off building printers as a way to get into the hobby. This was my trial by fire. I had to build a 3D printer from scratch with other people's money, out of kits that weren't proven, with technology that was inferior, and then use my 3D printer once, or if I ever got it running, to build kits for other people to build their 3D printers from. We at the time, we had just transitioned the first time from a salesman, one of the second generation RepRap project was the salesman. Then Joseph Prusa, some big guy from the Czech Republic, shows up and starts redesigning the salesman into what he calls the Prusa Mindel. Mindel is just the double triangle frame that we use now for some of our machines. And this freaking Czech guy, he nailed it. He just turned it into his own thing, made it a lot better. If you go back and you see the pink machine I have, the pink Prusa, you can see it. It works. I can't believe I was 6-7 years ago, I was printing on wood with threaded rod as my frame. It's not going to get in there. All right, we're doing 2 on this side too, guys. Yes or no? Vote. We're doing... no, Ron, the buy me a coffee link isn't in this video just yet. Let me take a second to drop one in. Let me see, I have a bunch of post-its here. Okay, I got it on link. Copy. All right, I'm going to drop it in the description. I just did right now. It should be saved here in a second. You might need to refresh your page, and then I'm going to drop it into the comments. So that way you guys can, if you want to, do it like that. So refresh the page, it might be there. It seems dark. How many code words did you miss? I did one right in the middle, and I did one right when I think I started. I waved my hands in front of the camera, but hey, you know, the point is to be part of the community and go back and experience all this stuff with each other. So you missed 2 code words. There's only 1 more left. And I'm almost done with this part of the project, and we're almost over an hour in. So it will be coming in here really soon. So as soon as I get this Z coupler active and I recalibrate the Z, I will drop that last code word. Do not put the code words in the comments, please. Okay, that looks solid. Slide this out. Don't you guys love my camera work? I'm like the best at this right now. I'm sorry, RC Life On. You got nothing on me, bud. All right, solid as a rock. Now it's important you can see that the Z-rods do move around. They do wiggle around a little bit, which is fine. Because what that does is it takes the angle of the shaft. So say the shaft is rotating like this and your Z-rods are going like that. You don't want that wobble to transfer into the frame itself that causes the Z-wobble. The Z-wobble does not come from the Z-rod. It comes from the Z-rods, but it is prevented by the Z linear rails. As long as this is tight and the frame is stiff, that Z-wobble will be eliminated by the couplers. They will try to minimize it, and the stiffness of your frame and the strength of your x-axis will actually keep it from happening. And you can tell this, look at the back of a CR10 where they have the Z-rods. If you look at the back of the CR10 where they have the Z-rods, they don't have something restraining the Z-rods on the back. Here, let me show you this. Coupling shaft, not restrained, makes perfect prints. Okay, and this one is known for having problems with that. It's because people are trying to restrain the Z-rods. Stop it. Well, I'm going to block those words from the comment section so people can't drop them in. How about that? Well, by the time I might just close the. Fuck, I don't know. I'd have. If they're going to do that much work to spoil it for someone else, basically you're screwing yourself out of a printer by putting them in the comments. Everyone that gets all 3 words, enters the contest, and I validate the answers, gets 100 entries. That's 3 times as many as anybody using Twitter to cheat can do. All right, so it might get loud here for a second, so I'm going to turn on the machine. I'm going to raise the Z all the way up to the tippy top, and then I'm going to balance. I'm going to adjust them manually. Not so loud. It's not so loud. Before I do that, gonna add some silicone. Just a dab will do ya. Oh, too much dab. Too many dab. What do you guys use to lubricate your rods and your 3D printers? I'm trying to do this with you, so you guys can do this with me. Come on, screen. Can you see that? Why is it? Why my eyes don't see what you guys see? Still learning this menu. This menu looks exactly, I'd say 95% like the TronXY. All right, here we go. Oh, something binded it up. All right, I'm going to turn off the motors. Something's binding. It's super tight. What is going on here? All right, let's try it slower. It's not enough for me to notice. I'm gonna have to sit you down for a second. Something's going on this side. I'm checking the settings. Z motor 1, Z motor 2, they're both in. So they're connected well. It just doesn't seem like it's getting enough power. Alright, let's try loosening these up. Why is it so tight? There we go. Sounds a lot better. That should not have kept it from working though. So you guys know what I'm talking about. I just loosened up those nuts. I don't know if it's a power issue. It seems like this just having this nut a little bit too tight. That should not be causing that problem. See that? It's almost like it's a power driver issue. By that much? They combine by that much. If it's oh my god. So if it's just a little bit off, it's gonna freaking bind? How pathetic. It should not bind that much. Disable steppers. Turn off steppers, turn everything off. Let me do it by hand. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. If anybody remembers or sees what the new Prusa does, I'm sure you guys were here. Anybody remembers what the new Prusa does? It goes all the way up, and it clicks against the top, and that's how you know it's level. So you guys get it? I'm going to narrate what I'm seeing here. It is barely even moving, the Z-rod. The Z-rods are barely wobbling. And the reason I'm doing this is to see how, to level it out at the top, because the frame should dictate how level this is. If you see the new Prusa sales video, basically what they do is it raises it all the way up to the top, and when the stepper detects that it hit something with their new software, it actually stops it. And they don't have any more detectors. So I'm going to go up as high as I can. And again, this test would basically only work if your structure is actually built right. And I see a crack on the side. There's a crack on the left motor mount. I did not see that before. Come on, camera, please. Why is it not showing up? So anyways, it is cracked. Why is my fucking white balance so bad? Jesus Christ. Sorry, I cuss a lot right now. I'm cussing a lot because I'm passionate. Did the stream cut off? Nope, says we're still up. Okay, so I got it. I still have to test it, make sure it all works, but I know it is soundly built. It is assembled the way I want it to be assembled, and I might have to make some few tweaks to get it to actually unbind, but I did find a broken motor mount, and we will get that fixed, and we will see how the next print looks. Okay, so let's warm it up again. Oh, look at that. Oh, it works great. How about that? Oh, so quiet. It's so quiet. It's like I almost know what I'm doing. Jeez, what in the heck? Oh, it's amazing. Oh, wow. Thank you for that video. I will, in the playback, the unlive version of this, I will post a picture or a link to the person that actually describes this in much better detail than I do. And I will show you. Here, take a look at this. And this is for mostly Ron. Hey, how about that camera work, huh? Turn your eyes away if you hate camera work. Okay. Okay. Why is my... Hang on, I'm going to try to change the... Configure video. White balance is so fucked. Oh, it's getting louder. What is causing this oversaturation that I'm seeing? Oh, how about saturation? Nope. Focus. Well, hello. Okay. That's much better. Now watch as I tell it to go down. Watch that coupling. You want it to be... You want the shafts to be as straight as possible. You want the couplings to be as true as possible. You want the best possible connections between the shaft and the Z-rod itself. But with 3D printers, sometimes they wobble, and you have to compensate for that. And I'm not DIY 3D tech that's going to put a micrometer or a dial gauge up against a Z motor, but you can see that this is much better. Before, they were sitting all the way down in the very bottom. Oh, just heard something click. All right, something's breaking apart, so I'm going to stop this while it's still good. Okay, something is causing it to jam right here. Something's causing it to jam in this particular position. So I need to look at what's going on in this area, but I can do all that stuff off live stream. So Just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank you guys for tuning in as I tinker with the ANET A8. And the last keyword, what is it? What is it? What did I want it to be? Ooh, this is going to be a hard one. Okay, has nothing to do with 3D printing. That's why I selected it. The last keyword is geocaching. It's how I got into 3D printing because my name is Geo Joey John. Geo stands for geocaching. 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 And it is the last keyword you need to get 100 points for the 3D printer contest. Geocaching. 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 Use that with the other two words in the Gleam.io contest, and you will get 100 entries. And if you try to put something else in there, I will invalidate that entry and you will not get the 100 points. So thank you so much. I will do another live stream probably next week. We'll make this a regular thing, and we'll do another thing for that one as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and check out the comments before we roll out to answer any last few minute comments. That way we can tidy this up and then go back and learn about geocaching if that's something you want to check out, or learn about RepRap. If you have any advice for me to how to fix this binding on one side, I'm gonna and I know I'm gonna end up printing out a new motor mount for this ANET A8, and it's a cute machine. I can see how people enjoy it because it's hackable. So thank you guys so much, and then we'll turn to the comments and see what we got left over, and I'll give it some time. Yeah, okay, 16 by 680, you're right. I think I'm going to have to... Where should I put this? I'll just put this right here. Oh my gosh. Okay. 16 by 80, I think you're right. I'm going to have to put those two nuts in. I think that might be what the problem is. Although it's a bad design feature, I'm going to have to remove the whole x-axis. And that's not what I wanted to do. I did not expect those Z lead screw couplers to actually not be threaded on the plastic and need a nut on the inside, which seems kind of silly. And if you're going to design a 3D printer, you want to put nylock nuts on anything that could shake or shimmy off so that they don't actually do that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and install those bolts, but I did do two. I didn't just put one, I put two in there, so I'll fix that. NJ Printing, I hope you got the last keyword. Yeah, 16 by 80 says the machine tolerances on the cheap kits are not, let's say, the best. Let me see, okay. Ooh, sexy time. Best camera angle ever. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. Here. Can you still hear me? All right, I'm still here, guys. Sorry. I will make this better every time I do this. Any more comments? Alright guys, I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Check in next week for the next live broadcast, and good luck in the 3D printer contest. Make sure you go to that Gleam contest and enter the 3 keywords so you can earn 100 points. I'll talk to you guys later. Let me end this bad boy now. This has been fun. I really like you guys. Alright.